player, and you're leaving left and right either side. And if you're too flat, there's a lot of space in the middle, which you'll both be going for. Now here it is, Fernando Kurniawan stepping in for Govi Shem, who partnered up Shia Chun Kang, and Ong Jun Guo over next to Wunman Chun on Kepong side. So, as the players warm up, we'll be hearing from the managers before we get stuck into the action, which is in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, umpire Amirul Tizam and Ian Anderson-Miller, service judge.
I'm here with the team managers of both teams. Let's start with you, Ismail. Let's first talk about the mixed double. It was such an entertaining match, and until the last game, we still didn't know who would have won. But let us know, what are your thoughts on that game, on that match?
Okay, actually, we already planned very well, but lost confidence at the beginning. Is a bit mistake. That's lost the team lah.
Do you think it's because of the partnership of Devi TK and Ardin Shah? They're not used to each other?
Actually, their combination is very good, but sometimes when under pressure, then the communication also not going well.
Okay, so now looking ahead to the men's doubles, can you tell us a little bit about the partnership?
This one, our experiment double, because Shia Chun Kang and their new partner is new, and then hopefully they can do some very mess in the game.
Hopefully it works out well for Petaling BC. Now, Kok Wai, you're obviously very, very happy to win the mixed doubles. Tell us, in the last game, how did they come back so strongly?
Yeah, actually it's the fighting spirit. Yeah, because when they are down, they are fight back. So I asked them to, don't worry, fight point by point. Then they make it.
Very well done. So the next match that we're going to see is the men's double. Can you tell us a little bit about this partnership?
Yeah, I hope with the win just now, can boost up their fighting spirit, their spirit up. When I think they are lower rank, but now anything happen. I hope they can fight to the end.
And in the last game, though, you didn't use this combination of the partnership. However, why did you choose your strategy differently this time for the men's doubles?
Yeah, so to try to give some young players a chance to play in this high quality of the tournament.
Okay.
It's a good opportunity to them. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Kok Wai. Let's find out what will happen in the men's doubles.
Great words of encouragement from the two managers, and really stressing what everybody likes to see in the Purple League, which is young players coming out and getting their experience. It's what it's all about, getting used to the big lights and the camera, and of course very noisy as well. Caught very close to the spectators here at the Sports Arena Sentosa, so you really do get the big match experience. And as you saw from Cheng Tang-ji in the first men's singles, as he was falling to his knees at the end of it, it means a great deal to these young players to come out and play. But to carry off a win like that as well at 17 years old, you never know how much that experience is going to help him in the future. Might just see him when he's 24 at the top of the world, you never know. So the men's doubles, another quick game is going to be expected here, of course. Especially with the captain of Petaling, Shia Chun Kang. His first duty as captain, I can tell you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kepong BC, second by Ong Yang Guo and Wang Man Chun. And on my left, Petaling BC, presented by Fernando Kurniawan and Shia Chun
Fernando
Kang.
Kurniawan, as I said earlier, stepping in for Govi Shem today.
Kepong BC to serve.
The second
Ong Yang Wong
change
to
that
Fernando
Petaling have
Kurniawan.
made
Love all.
for this tie.
Play. Service over. 1 love. Service over. 1 all.
1-1, nothing really to say about the opening salvos fired from both pairs. Gets on court for Petaling. That might just be 3 unanswered points. So good strategy played by Kepong.
Service over. 2 all.
Not going to be devastating for Petaling if they should go down again. Well, it's all about learning, isn't it? Not going to be devastating, as I said, for Petaling, but definitely will root them at the bottom of the table with 2 losses, and they're not going to like that at all. But they're going to need a big win in their 3rd tie, and that will be the end of the month, 25th of November. Once again, there is a tie coming up after this. Moa City in action once again, and that will round off the first stage of play for the Purple League, and hostilities will resume again
3-4.
on the 25th of November, so mark that in your calendars. Moa City taking on Petaling Jaya at 6 PM. Des Corkill and Donald Spears in the commentary box for that. And now, back to the game. This opening game has
5-3.
sprouted some leaves. 5-3, still a 2-point lead for Kepong.
Service over. 4-5. Service over.
They're keeping pace, Fernando and Shia, but they're also racking up some mistakes. Great rotation again from Petaling. Good point for them.
Service over. 5-6.
Important point. Difference between 7-4 and 6-5 is huge in the 11-point system. Shia to serve for Petaling.
Service over. 7-5.
Great shot.
Service over.
Clawing it back now. 6-7.
6-7.
For a second it looked, just about to say that Fernando and Shia were going to, or had a chance to launch an attack from that on serve at 7-all, but one back. And another error from Shia means that Kepong could snatch another game back here. Not just yet.
8-9.
That one flying wide.
It's over.
No, that was called in.
Game point.
Correction. My mistake. Close, but in, and that was a crucial point,
Play.
as it gives 2 game points to Kepong. Just to, if they can keep a 4-game lead going into the final match, whatever Kenichi Tago does will again not matter. It's happened to them, to Petaling in the last tie against Puchong as well, where it all came down to that last match. So this ever so important for Fernando and Shia to convert.
Play.
You got the impression with the Kepong players moving forward, onwards and upwards, that they were going to be able to force this exact situation. Fernando running out of time in the end, and that last shuttle just placed straight on him by Ong. There you can see them. There was also about 3 steps of that full rotation. 11-9. Kepong now 4 games ahead. So if they can maintain this or larger, then they've won the tie in this match, and Kenichi Tago will again be playing for just consolation points and consolation games, which might make a difference in the long term come January the 10th when everything's totted up. If it is tied, then it's, well, if 2 clubs are tied in January, the final day, then as you can imagine, all the points and games would come into play, and if they, by some really unlikely probability, are the same as well, then it would be these stats: unforced errors and smash winners and short serves. But I can tell you in good faith, I really don't think it'll get down to that, because it's going to be highly unlikely over 29 match days in 3 months that 2 of these clubs are going to have exactly the same records in terms of games and points. But I'm not going to write it off, because sports has produced such peculiarities. In its vast and wide history.
Second game. No ball.
1 game up, good for it.
Play. It's over.
Now, already 4 games up in the tie, remember, so if it is a clean sweep by Ong and Moon, then it really will mean game over, or tie over, for Petaling again.
Service over. 1-all.
In essence, that could happen right now. I think they still do need to win the full 3 here. A 3-2 shouldn't be enough.
Service over. 2-1.
As you can see there, 9-5. That's the ominous score. Now, if they lose 3-2 here, then they will still be 2 up, which will still give Kenichi Tago a chance to win the tie.
3-1.
But if they win 3-1, then he will have a chance to draw. And of course, 3-0. They win the tie right here. Great movement again by Petaling.
4-1.
And a great disguise drop there. From the captain for 4-1.
Service over. 2-4.
Nicely rechecked by Kurniawan. Great rally, great movement. Just too low to be hooked up that time. So, important point for Ong Eun-woon. Important in this early part of the game to not let your opponents just scoot away. On that note, I did have the pleasure of just meeting Ardiansha Putra after his match. He thought it was a very bad match. I said, it's just a disguise drop from the back. Yep. So he's going to be looking to improve in his next tie. That's also going to be on the 25th. Right, 25th, 26th. Well left by the captain.
Service over.
5-3 with serve.
3.
Fernando Kurniawan, 27 years old, his new partner is with Gobi Shem. They plays his badminton with Yang Xing Choi.
6-3.
For Hong Kong, believe it or not.
Service over. 4-6.
And he's faced the likes this year of Hun Tien Hao and Lim Kim Hwa, Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa. They won against the Malaysians, they lost against the Japanese. Shia didn't really know what was going on there. Ended up sending Aaron's shot into the net. Pretty crucial point as well, if you think about it. 5-6 with the serve, 1 game down. If this is a 3-game win for Kepong, it's tie over. Well placed.
Service over. 7-5.
Definitely taking their time on this serve. Now, just like the mixed doubles, high standard of play here, as expected in the men's doubles. But again, it is Kepong that are asking the questions.
Play.
And they've managed to keep pace here. Fernando and Shia really need to race away and get these 3 points, make it one apiece. That gives Kenichi Tago a chance to draw. Well, unorthodox defending. Thankfully landed in the right place. There's Shia with the big smashes. They rotate once, but Kurniawan not quite up to it.
6-8.
Jiangao with a decisive kill from forecourt. Now 6-8. It is clearly cut out in this tie. So many permutations you can think about at the beginning of the tie. And now questions that can be asked. What would have happened if Ai Weijian had lost 3-0? What would have happened if Ai Weijian had won 3-0? As it was, he lost 3-2, and those two games have been the games that Kepong have built their strategy on. The 3-0 from Deng Xuan now critical in the evolution of those points. That made it 5-3. Then that massive 3-2 win over Adian Chaputra and Devi Tika for Meishin Lee in Regional League. Well, that had 3 double game points of the 5 games, but that 3-2 has also brought them here. Giving them the chance to finish off the tie. Wow, Xiao's going to be kicking himself for that one.
7.
They had control of the point. The situation of the captain being younger than his partner.
Service over.
On Jan
9-7.
He's 26 years old. Best men's doubles ranking of 91 back in 2012. Oh, look at that rotation, beautiful from Kepong. Now they go the other way. All the efforts being placed on Ong, and then the focus shifts to Wun, and they're still good. What a rally. Oh, it's in. That shot came out the blue, and it's Ong again that has found the angle that no one else could see. Right there. Spectacular shot. We'll just have that point, thanks. What a point to win. 8-9. Again, if these two in orange can pull off a 3-0 win, they win the tie. Again, this fantastic angle being found by the Kepong players. Acres of space. They pulled it back to 9-all with serve. Good shout from here. Wow, that's great play from Kepong. They just managed to up the tempo and pace. But they are rotating so well and moving so well, finding so much space on the court. This is a deserved come from behind game point. And Kepong very happy indeed. looked like it may have just been sneaking out, but couldn't take the chance. Aiming it right down the middle. Unlucky.
Service over. 10. Game point. All.
So, how much fun have we had at the doubles today? Another double game point. But this one really crucial for Petaling, as it's going to make the difference between whether they can win this tie or whether they just can draw it, or, to be honest, lose it. 2 games up here. Ong and Woon might feel very confident indeed. What they need is to be pegged back a game, and that will immediately force the draw. If Fernando and Shia can win 2 games, then that will open up more than the draw. Of course, if they win the whole thing, 3-1, as you can see there, that would be 8-9, and Kenichi Taga has a full variety of options available when he plays the experienced Wei Nan, who's one of the coaching staff at Kepong as well. Tough break.
Second game won by Petaling BC.
Tough break
11-10.
on
1 game.
game point as well. So things looking good for Petaling again, but they're still not out the woods yet. Another fantastic game to watch of the doubles categories. This was the 4th double match or double game point 10-10 situation that we've seen. 3 out of 5 of the mixed doubles went to 10-10. Now 1 out of the 5 in this category as well, the men's doubles. But again, very nice stats from Fernando and Shia.
20 seconds.
Probably
20
deserved
seconds.
it based on that. You can't be giving away 8 unforced errors. Big hello to all the fans, as always, from everyone here at the Esports Arena Centre. It's like heart of KL. Another sunny day outside.
Third game. The ball. Play. It's over. 1 love. It's over. 1-all.
6-9 is the tie score. 3 games separating them. Maximum 3 points you can win in each match. It's all coming down to the wire. A very nice return. 2 nice returns. He was a bit blindsided by the 3rd.
1.
Petaling edging into the lead in the 3rd.
It's over. 2-3.
A chance now, Ong and Woon, to reset the balance in this men's doubles. And a good start there to their campaign to win this third game. He's gone long, and Shia is looking a little bit upset with that. There's a few of his shots now have been called off. A lot of responsibility on his young shoulders today, being captain. Four-3.
Service over. 4-all.
But they're fighting their way back in here. Remember, this second game is going to really open up the tie for them. That's how crucial these next 7 points are. Some really good doubles movement we've seen today. Oh, great. Dug out of nowhere. And that's long. Unlucky.
Service over. 5-4.
As I said, these next few points are going to decide the outcome for Petaling because they are because they are behind in the tie right now. 3 games back. They need to win this if they are going to harbour any dreams of a first win in the second season of the Resorts World Genting Purple League.
Service over. 5-6.
And they're keeping pace well. But you do feel that Fernando and Shia are going to have something happen here. So hopefully get to 7-6, 8-6. Well, that was cool, but great movement again from Kepong. Look at them. Fernando saw that, picked it up. I think it's going to really just cut through. Six, 1-1, nothing to shade them in this game, but except the ambition, of course. The ambitions of everyone. Petaling Badminton Club, and on the bench, just having a look at them now, it's going to be that they hope they can walk away with a narrow win, which is what is the only thing that they're faced with now, is a narrow win. But even that's going to include some hard graft from these two first up. And then Kenichi Tago. This is all, of course, assuming that Kenichi Tago can win 3-0.
7-6.
Wei Nan is no easy feat. So another couple of games from Wei Nan in that men's singles, and this tie is definitely one for Kepong. If we're talking about the probabilities and the chances, let's cut it down to this. And that is that Fernando Kurniawan and Shia Chun Kang are going to have to win one more game at least in this match. And they're 4 points away against serve here. And that's one of them.
Service over. 8-7.
Great movement again from Petaling. A lot of options, a lot of angles, all coming from that circular movement. 2 points away from a must-win game. And now they're just 1 point away. They're looking much better. Easily cleaned up. Oh, well, we are edging towards that double game point situation again. Fernando and Shia need to close this out. Petaling's next match, by the way, is going to be on the 27th of November. That's going to be against Charas. So not easy. It's long. Wow. They were in control. You can see the frustration on their faces. They have to make this point count for Kepong. Their next match is going to be on the 25th itself. That's going to be against Kajang, a bit easier. But that's then. This is now. Down, helped a little by a slip from Jiang Guo, but still good enough.
2 games to 1.
It was actually more of a dive. 2 games to 1 up, and Petaling are back in this tie, or at least they're still alive in this tie. And that's going to give those 2 consecutive games won a lot of confidence to the Petaling pair. Look at that, 2 games left. You can see how crucial that game was. Had it gone to 10-6, which is what it was, 4 games clear, they're still in trouble. So every replay that you do get, you just see this wonderful movement and circular motion, not just from the pair in black, but the pair in orange as well. High level of doubles that was played today, still being played today. And with Moa City coming up afterwards for the 6 p.m. tie, you should keep your eyes peeled to Astro, or get yourself down to the Sports Arena Sentosa, because they are the defending champions. They took away 12, a plus 12 game difference off their first tie. Other big news today, of course, was the biggest score that has been noted in Purple League history, and that was 15-1, Nusaja against Kajang. That's time to take a break.
Fourth game.
Incredible how she managed to wake up this beforehand. Into the 4th game, and looking a little bit more composed now that they know they're on their way. They're going to give Kenichi Tago a good chance here in the final match to take it all. 15-1 was that big score that we saw. That's the maximum amount of games that we've seen taken away. In fact, 14, a plus 14 games difference. Nusaja's second win on the trot keeps them ruling the roost, top of the table.
Service over. 2-1.
Hua City and Serang tied actually on a plus 12 games difference, but Serang's won 25 games, Hua's won 15, so they are in second place. Everything's going well for Fernando and Shia now. And of course, the really defining point between second and third in the Purple League table right now is the fact that Serang have already played their second match. So Hua City, one of the two clubs with Petaling Jaya left to play. So that plus 12 is guaranteed going to go up unless it's a dead draw from Hua City or a game's loss. They should be going into second. And if they can pull off a more than a plus 5 games difference in this second match tonight, then they are going to definitely go top, as they are 5 games back from Nusa Jaya. Nusa Jaya on plus 17, Hua City on plus 12. Back to the game at hand. Great play again from Petaling, great play again from Kepong. The aggressive options are coming from Petaling there. They must have rotated 2-3 times at least, and with such confidence that Fernando Kurniawan didn't have to look over his shoulder every time he moved forward. Just once he checked back. Very confident in their movement. There's a full rotation, and that's what led to it as it twirled away out to the top right corner. Wow, just hooked down immediately.
5-2.
As expected, Fernando Kurniawan and Shia Chun Kang playing with a lot more composure and ease in this game now that they know that they have done enough with the 2 games. That's going to let Kenichi Tago do his stuff in the men's singles. But they've been on red-hot form in this game as well. Their rotation has been fantastic. So, still a good chance for them to win. Had Ong and Woon won this 3-0, it would have been curtains for Petaling for a second straight time. Both these clubs looking for their first win. They've won games, yes, they've won matches, but they haven't won a tie yet. And the big news, of course, this morning was Cheng Tangji taking on Ai Wei-Jian. That really set the tone for this tie. Wei-Jian expected to win 3-0. In the end, his 2 games that he did win set up nicely for the rest of the team, but Chen Tangji, what a performance from a 17-year-old to beat someone 220 places above him in the rankings. It's exactly the kind of situation they look for at the Purple League. Now, comfortable play and good rotation have left Fernando and Shia looking good here. There's another perfect rotation for Petaling. And again, there's another one, other way this time. It's just a half though. And that's a third. Ong and Woon definitely on the defensive and then forced out in the end. But again, great movement. No surprise that these points are falling to Petaling.
Play.
8-3, great position to move ahead and finish off this match, which was troublesome at the beginning. It was a little bit more comfortable now. Now there is that time sometimes when your partner is shouldering all the responsibility. You're suddenly called into the point, as was the case with Fernando Kurniawan here, and just found wanting in the end. But it was a difficult shot to take. It's just off sitting on his right shoulder. Well, that's not the time to be faulting on serve. 9-4. Just 16 unforced errors off 4 games now for these two, mainly due to that wonderful movement of theirs.
It's over. 5-9.
A lot of elevation from Fernando, then the drop. Caught in the middle.
6-9.
You could say with the better performance from the pair in black in this 4th game that this might be the last chance for Ong and Woon to push it to a 5th. Ideal for Petaling if they could close it out here. Well, that's the Shia Chun Kang that we got used to last year in the Purple League, which is literally just, with his partner Chen, they were just smashing their way to every point. A little bit more discipline and graft in his game now, as we've seen over the first 2 ties. That's why he's been given the captaincy. And they do it 11-6, and a very good performance considering that there was so much riding on that game, on that match. There was a chance for 1 Kepong to win it, 2 Kepong to deny the win for Petaling, 3 for them to actually go behind, and then in the end they've come through 11-6, 3-1, and that has left it nicely for Kenichi Tago in the men's singles to come out against the experienced Weinan at just 1 game between each of the clubs. Now let's hear what those two were thinking. Fernando and Shia, they're on court with Jun Yong. They're going to be having a word with her before we move on to the final match of the day.
I'm here with the winners of the men's doubles from Petaling, BC, Shia Chun Kang and also Fernando. Now let me just ask Chun Kang the first question. What do you think of the match? You won the last 3 matches, but then the first one, why did you lose? The last 3 games, what happened in the first one?
And I feel no pressure partner with Fernando.
No pressure partnering with Fernando, but then you guys look really good together. Then the next 3-1, is it because you got used to each other?
I think so, because he also have power, so and then I just control in front and then he kill. I think it's because that one we can win other 3 sets.
Thank you very much, Fernando and Chun Kang. Very well done indeed. And now it's back to you in the commentary box.
Such an important performance from them at a crucial